Success leaves clues. Every person who has achieved greatness has left a trail of breadcrumbs for us to follow. And here's what I've noticed after years of studying successful people. They all share one fundamental quality: discipline. Right now, in this moment, you hold in your hands the most powerful force in the universe, the power of choice. Every minute, every hour, you make choices that shape your future. These aren't the big, dramatic choices that come once in a lifetime. No, I'm talking about the small, quiet decisions that nobody sees but you. When your alarm clock rings tomorrow morning, you'll make a choice. That choice might seem small, but it's not. It's the first domino in a chain reaction that will affect your entire day, your entire week, your entire life. That's the essence of discipline. Understanding that every choice matters. Now let me tell you something that might surprise you. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. Real discipline, the kind that transforms lives, is about freedom. Yes, you heard that right. Freedom. When you master discipline, you free yourself from the tyranny of impulse. You free yourself from the prison of procrastination. You free yourself from the chains of mediocrity that hold so many people back. This is where transformation begins. In understanding that discipline is your pathway to freedom, not the decisions you make when no one is watching. These are the ones that define you. They're the ones that build the foundation of your success or failure. And here's the beautiful truth. You can start making better choices right now, this very minute. I remember talking to a young man who complained that he couldn't find time to exercise. He said his schedule was too busy. But when we looked at his daily routine, we found he spent 3 hours watching television every evening. It wasn't time he lacked. It was discipline. Many people misunderstand what true discipline really means. They picture a drill sergeant barking orders or a strict teacher ruling with an iron fist. But that's not discipline at all. That's just control from the outside. True discipline comes from within. It's the quiet power of choosing what you want most over what you want now. A mother who gets up at 5 a.m. to prepare lunch for her children. That's discipline. Think about a student who turns off the TV to study while his friends are out having fun. That's discipline. Think about an athlete who practices the same move thousands of times until it becomes perfect. That's discipline. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you make the right choice, no matter how small, you're building that muscle. Every time you choose the hard right over the easy wrong, you're building that muscle. And just like a muscle, it might be sore at first, but that's how you know it's growing. Let's clear up another misconception. Discipline isn't about never making mistakes. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting back up when you fall. It's about starting again when you slip. The most disciplined people I know aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never quit. Here's where habits come into play. Habits are the building blocks of discipline. When you create the right habits, you make discipline automatic. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't debate whether to do it each morning. You just do it. That's the power of habit. Here's what most people don't understand about habits. They're neutral. Bad habits are just as easy to form as good ones. The only difference is your choice. Every time you make a choice, you're programming your autopilot. You're telling your brain, this is what we do. Your current habits. Every single one of them, good or bad, was built through repetition. You didn't become a late sleeper overnight. You didn't become disorganized in a day. These patterns developed over time, one choice at a time. The good news, you can build new patterns the same way. The key to building discipline through habits is to start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit, just one. Master it. Make it so automatic you don't have to think about it. Then move on to the next one. This is how real lasting discipline is built. Remember this. Discipline isn't something you have or don't have. It's something you practice. It's something you build. And the building starts with understanding what true discipline really is. Not punishment, not restriction, but the deliberate, consistent choice to act in alignment with your goals. Your morning routine. The most successful people I've met all have one thing in common. They own their mornings. They don't roll out of bed and immediately check their phones. They don't start their day by reacting to other people's priorities. They start their day by taking control. Here's what happens when you take control of your morning. You set the tone for the entire day. When you win the morning, you win the day. It's that simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. That's where discipline comes in. I want you to think about tomorrow morning. Most people's mornings look like this. The alarm goes off. They hit snooze. 10 minutes later, it goes off again. They hit snooze again. Finally, they drag themselves out of bed, already behind schedule, already feeling rushed, already feeling defeated. They grab their phone, check their messages, and immediately put their mind into reaction mode. They're starting their day from a position of weakness, not strength. But imagine a different morning. The alarm goes off at 5. To the steady aim snooze, you rise immediately. This is your first victory of the day. It's a small win, but small wins compound. You drink a glass of water, stretch your body, and take 10 deep breaths. These are more small wins. You spend 20 minutes reading something inspiring, another win. 30 minutes of exercise, another win. By the time most people are hitting their snooze button for the third time, you've already won the morning. This isn't just about mornings, it's about momentum. Each small win creates momentum for the next win. Each victory makes the next victory easier. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. It gets bigger and moves faster with each rotation. Let me share something powerful about morning routines. They don't have to be complicated to be effective. In fact, the simpler your routine, the more likely you are to stick with it. Start with just 3 things. Wake up at the same time every day. Make your bed and drink a glass of water. That's it. Master these basics before adding more. The key to being unshakable routines is understanding this. Your morning actually starts the night before. If you want to wake up at 5:30 a.m. feeling energized, you need to prepare for it. Set out your clothes the night before. Plan your morning tasks. Most importantly, set a consistent bedtime. An unshakable morning routine requires an unshakable evening routine. You're not about the activities themselves. They're about proving to yourself that you can keep promises to yourself. When you say you're going to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and you do it, you're building self-trust. When you say you're going to exercise and you do it, you're building self-respect. These are the real victories. What happens when you start your day with a series of victories? Your confidence grows, your energy increases, your belief in yourself strengthens. You carry this winning momentum into every task, every meeting, every challenge that comes your way. You're no longer reacting to life. You're directing it. But what about those mornings when you don't feel like getting up? Those mornings when your bed feels too comfortable, when your mind makes excuses. Those are the mornings that matter most. Those are the mornings when discipline proves its worth. Because discipline isn't about feeling motivated. It's about doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Create a morning routine that's sacred. Treat it like the most important meeting of your day, because it is. It's your meeting with success. It's your appointment with excellence. It's your time to set the tone for everything that follows. Remember this day, to start your day is likely the way you live your day. And the way you live your days is the way you live your life. Your morning routine isn't just about productivity. It's about taking control of your life, one dawn at a time. Now, let me share with you the 3 pillars of discipline that I've observed in every successful person I've studied. First, you need clear goals. Not vague wishes, not someday maybe dreams, but crystal clear goals written down where you can see them every day. Let me tell you what happens when people don't have clear goals. They drift, they wander, they take whatever life hands them. They're like a ship without a rudder, blown wherever the wind takes them. But that's not going to be you. You're going to be different. You're going to be intentional. When I say clear goals, I mean crystal clear. If your goal is to get in shape, that's not clear enough. If your goal is to run a 5K in under 30 minutes by December 1st, that's clear. If your goal is to make more money, that's not clear enough. If your goal is to increase my monthly income to $10,000 through my consulting business by next June, your goals need to be so clear that a child could understand them. They need to be so specific that you'll know, without any doubt, when you've achieved them. Why? Because clarity breeds confidence, and confidence breeds action. Write your goals down. This is crucial. There's something magical that happens when you take the goals out of your head and put them on paper. They become real. They become tangible. They become commitments rather than wishes. But here's the part about goals that most people miss. They need to excite you. They need to make your heart beat faster. If your goals don't scare you a little bit, they're probably not big enough. At the same time, if they paralyze you with fear, they're probably too big. Find that sweet spot where your goals stretch you but don't break you. The second pillar, this is where most people fail. They have the goals, they have the plans, but they don't take consistent action. Remember, small actions performed consistently over time will always beat grand gestures that fade quickly. Water dripping on a rock, one drop doesn't do much. But day after day, year after year, that steady drip can carve through solid stone. That's the power of consistent action. It's not about making huge leaps forward. It's about taking small steps every single day. I've seen too many people get excited about their goals, take massive action for a week or two, burn themselves out, and quit. That's not discipline. That's enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is good, but discipline is better. Discipline is what gets you to take action, even when the enthusiasm fades. The key to consistent action is creating systems. Systems are the bridges between your goals and your results. A goal without a system is just a wish. If your goal is to write a book, your system might be writing for 1 hour every morning before checking your email. If your goal is to lose weight, your system might be preparing healthy meals every Sunday for the week ahead. The third pillar is accountability. This can be a mentor, a friend, a spouse, or even a journal. Someone or something that holds you accountable for your commitments. When you know you have to answer to someone, you're more likely to follow through. But here's something crucial about accountability that most people don't understand. The most important person you need to be accountable to is yourself. External accountability is good, but internal accountability is better. Start by keeping promises to yourself. Create what I call an accountability scorecard. At the end of each day, rate yourself on how well you follow through on your commitments. Be honest. Be brutal. This isn't about making yourself feel good. It's about getting better. Find an accountability partner who will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Someone who cares enough about your success to be uncomfortable with you when necessary. Someone who will ask you the hard questions and expect real answers. Join or create a mastermind group. Meet regularly with people who share your commitment to discipline and growth. Share your goals, your progress, your setbacks. Learn from each other. Support each other. Challenge each other. Comes your powerful accountability tool. Make a public commitment. Tell people what you're going to do, not for their approval, but for your own commitment. When you put your goals out there publicly, you're more likely to follow through. Remember this about accountable punishment. It's about support. It's not about feeling guilty when you fall short. It's about having systems in place to help you get back on track quickly when you stumble. These three pillars, clear goals, consistent action, and accountability, work together. Clear goals without consistent action are just dreams. Consistent action without clear goals is just busy work. And both without accountability often fade away when times get tough. Build these pillars strong. Make them unshakable. Because when the storms come, and they will come, these pillars will keep you standing. When motivation fades, and it will fade, these pillars will keep you moving forward. Inner resistance, everyone faces it. That voice in your head that says, just 5 more minutes of sleep. 1 more cookie won't hurt. I'll start tomorrow. That voice is the enemy of discipline. But here's the good news. You don't have to listen to it. Let me tell you something about procrastination that might surprise you. It's not about being lazy. It's not about lacking willpower. Procrastination is about fear. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of not being perfect. When you understand this, you can start dealing with procrastination at its root. Most people wait to feel motivated before they take action. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect situation. But here's the truth that successful people understand. The perfect moment is a myth. The perfect mood is a fairy tale. The only perfect time to act is now. The next time you hear that voice of resistance, remember this. Action comes first. Motivation follows. Don't wait until you feel motivated to take action. Take action, and the motivation will come. This is one of the greatest secrets of discipline. Cold swimming pool. You can stand at the edge for an hour, thinking about getting in, feeling the occasional splash, dipping your toe in the water. Or you can jump in. Yes, it will be uncomfortable for a moment. But soon your body adjusts and you're swimming freely. Taking action is like jumping into that pool. Is how to break through mental barriers. First, recognize them for what they are. Thoughts, nothing more. Not facts. Not reality. Just thoughts. You don't have to believe every thought that passes through your mind. You don't have to act on every feeling you have. When you feel resistance, break the task down into smaller pieces. Don't think about writing a book. I mean about writing one page. Don't think about running a marathon. Think about running for 10 minutes. Don't think about building a business. Think about making one sales call. Building mental toughness isn't about being harsh with yourself. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up every day, especially on the days when you don't feel like it. It's about keeping promises to yourself, especially the small ones. Use a powerful technique. The 5-minute rule. When you feel resistance to starting something, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. That's all. Anyone can do anything for 5 minutes. Often, once you start, you'll want to continue. But even if you don't, you've still won. You still push the resistance. Mental toughness is built through small victories. Each time you push through resistance, you get stronger. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust with yourself. Each time you do what needs to be done, despite not feeling like it, you build character. Create what I call a resistance journal. When you feel resistance, write down what you're resisting and why. Often, just seeing your excuses on paper makes them lose their power. You start to recognize patterns. You start to see through your own stories. We seem solid, but they're actually as thin as smoke. You can walk right through them. The barrier isn't in your way. It is the way. Each barrier you push through makes you stronger for the next one. Stop asking yourself if you feel like doing something. Start asking yourself if it needs to be done. Stop waiting for the resistance to go away. It won't. Start acting in spite of it. This is what mentally tough people do. They don't have less fear, less doubt, or less resistance. They just don't let these things stop them. Your environment plays a crucial role in building discipline. Look around your home, your office, your car. What do these spaces say about your commitment to discipline? Are they organized and clean or cluttered and chaotic? Your external environment reflects and affects your internal state. Let me tell you something powerful. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just a saying, it's a fact. If you want to build discipline, surround yourself with disciplined people. If you want to achieve more, spend time with achievers. If you want to think bigger, associate with big thinkers. I knew a salesman who was struggling to meet his quotas. He was working hard, but something was missing. Then he made one change. He started having lunch with the top performers in his company. Within 3 months, his sales doubled. Why? Because excellence is contagious. Success leaves clues, and when you're around successful people, you pick up these clues naturally. Create what I call success triggers in your environment. If you want to exercise in the morning, put your workout clothes next to your bed. If you want to eat healthier, remove all junk food from your home. If you want to read more, put books in every room. Make the right choices easy and the wrong choices hard. Your phone is probably the biggest distraction in your environment. Every notification is a pull away from discipline. Every alert is an invitation to react rather than act. Take control. Turn off notifications. Set specific times for checking messages. Your phone should be a tool that serves you, not a master that controls you. Here's something most people don't realize about their environment. It's not just physical. Your mental environment matters just as much. What are you feeding your mind? What shows do you watch? What music do you listen to? What conversations do you engage in? Everything you let into your mind shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your action. Create zones in your life. Have a specific place for work where you do nothing but work. Have a specific place for reading where you do nothing but read. Have a specific place for planning where you do nothing but plan. Your brain will start to associate these spaces with these activities, making it easier to stay focused and disciplined. Eliminate what I call friction points. Those small obstacles that make disciplined behavior harder. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, pack your bag the night before. If you want to eat healthy, prep your meals in advance. If you want to write every day, set up your writing space the evening before. Here's a powerful environmental strategy. Create visual reminders of your goals. Put them where you can see them every day. Your goals should be the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. Make them unavoidable. Make them part of your environment. Design your environment to make discipline automatic. If you have to rely on willpower every time you make a choice, you'll eventually fail. But if your environment supports your goals, discipline becomes natural. It becomes the path of least resistance. Remember this about your environment. It's either working for you or against you. There's no neutral. Every aspect of your surroundings is either making discipline easier or harder. Take control. Design your environment with intention. Make it an ally in your journey toward discipline. The path to discipline isn't always smooth. You'll face setbacks. You'll have days when everything seems to go wrong. But here's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Successful people maintain their discipline, especially when things get tough. Remember, discipline isn't just about you. Your discipline affects everyone around you. When you become more disciplined, you become a better parent, a better spouse, a better friend, a better leader. Your discipline creates a ripple effect that touches countless lives. I want you to do something right now. Take out a piece of paper. Write down one area of your life where you need more discipline. Not 5 areas, not 3, just 1. Now write down 3 specific actions you can take tomorrow to build discipline in that area. Make them so small you can't fail, but significant enough to matter. These actions should be small enough that you can do them no matter what, but significant enough that they move you forward. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a book. Maybe it's making 1 sales call before checking your email. Pick your actions and commit. Your power to transform your life through discipline is in your hands right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Right now. Every moment is a chance to strengthen your discipline muscle. Every choice is an opportunity to move closer to your goals. Where you want to be 1 year from now? Visualize it clearly. See yourself having already developed the discipline you need. See yourself reaping the rewards of your consistent actions. Now, understand this, that future is available to you, but it's only available through discipline. You don't need more information. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You need action. You need to start. Start small, start imperfectly, but start now. Success isn't complicated, it's simple. But simple isn't always easy. That's why so few people achieve their full potential. They're not willing to develop the discipline required for success. But you're different. You're here, you're ready, you're committed to becoming more disciplined. You can be the exception. You can be the one who looks back a year from now and says, I did it, I built the discipline. I made the changes, I transformed my life. You can be the one others look at and say, what's different about them? How did they do it?